years ago. No, because you know we can do anything in church.
Right.
They be like, come as you are, baby.
Right.
Go ahead, baby. Long as it's about God. You know what I'm talking about? What? You know what I'm talking about? Long as it's about God. That's good idea how you sound. Sure. Some bullshit. But anyway, so what happened was, you know, I came, I'm like, you know what, let me pop out. I'm scared as fuck, but I'm going to their competition.
We couldn't tell.
Competition. And I just broke out, ooh, Johnny your foot. It was like, I was walking down the street lost. In a cold, cold world. I was empty inside, like alone. I couldn't help but think, what am I to do? And because there was no guidance, I walked through the grown woman's shoes. See, I ran into some ditches. I fell into some holes. I even went so far and gave to the darkness my soul. I was lost. I was confused. I was angry and insane. I was depressed. I was stressed. I knew nothing but pain. All right, we got different spiritual beliefs, but excuse me. But then I met this man, and for me, that name is Jesus Christ. See, he really touched my heart when he said, I'll give you life. I didn't understand, but yet I still said, okay. That's why I can shout for joy, because he is my Savior till this day. See, he paid the price for me when he died on Calvary. But then I got impatient and began to fight. I turned my back on him and went back to my dark nights. I couldn't even see. I couldn't even breathe. When my back against the wall, I had to fall back down on my knees. So he took me by the hand and said, come back home to your real man. Because see, I was chasing after the world, running back into that lost, dark, lonely little girl. Yeah, I make mistakes, but I thank him for his love, his mercy, and his grace. That's why I can put a smile on my face and sing that song. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. So, Johnny, now when I look back at my past, I know my God has made me to laugh. Because, see, I know it's for a reason. Just one long, dark, dark season. See, I know I met the right man. Because my hands are in his cleanse. And I thank him for the process of the cleansing of my heart, because it's dirty. Because one day he and I will never be apart. See, I met the right man. And then all of a sudden I was hired to host. Shout out to African Peace Arts Collection, y'all. Give it up for the honorees in this motherfucker. We are presenting the artist, because this is a dope visual artist right here, with the poet mug. Take your mug, baby. And then we are presenting our two CEOs of the company with this beautiful painting painted by Miss D, who is my beautiful 86-year-old grandma. Okay. Take that in all kinds of love. You understand me? Along with the plaque that will be delivered, that is from her heart to yours. You understand? So, yes. Let the people know where they can find you, how they can get involved in your event. You guys just sponsored some art supplies. Talk a little bit about that.
Oh yeah. So pretty much, materials for the arts is like a major, I don't even know what to call it, donor organization in New York City that basically, they have free art supplies. So, we are now a member of their organization, which allows us to schedule shopping appointments, different stuff like that. So, if y'all know anybody or anybody need art supplies, go follow us, APAC Arts Co. on Instagram. DM us. We just posted our next shopping appointment. So, we can, provide, you have, youth dealing with young people, or you're an artist that just want to get started or just don't have the money or want to save your money. We can help y'all, with some art supplies. Friday, we have a closing art reception. We are going to pull up to that. And open mics is about to be going next month. We got an event a month after this month, so y'all can find all the info at APAC Arts Co. APAC Arts Co. on Instagram. So that's pretty much.
So how does that work? So let's say I'm an artist and I need some art supplies. Like what type of supplies? It's small, little, big, and then do I just give you a list and say, hey?
Yeah, we've been asking for wish lists because it could be anything. It's like a huge warehouse, so we can find literally anything. They have canvases, they have paint. I can't even it's so much shit.
They pretty much have everything.
Yeah, it's pretty much.
Nice.
They have, so we just asking people to DM us their wish list for the first go around, and then eventually we want to invite people for the shopping appointment themselves, so that they can walk in and just shop for themselves.
Are you looking for other donors? Because you're talking a lot about like paints and like canvases and things like that. But what about other different medias of art, like digital art, or you guys like looking for people to donate old iPads or whatever the case is, so kids can sketch or whatever it is.
Oh yeah, that we'll take just about anything that people are willing to give. But yeah, definitely iPads, cameras,
Pretty much anything.
yeah, like anything that can help a person create art. So
That's right.
software. I mean, it can go along because now with digital artists, certain software they need.
Yeah.
So, those type of things, we're definitely open to more resources because that's, again, we get the artist paid, but if we can't get you some money, it's a resource. One thing or the other, we try to help artists, especially in the Black, Indigenous, people of color community, non-pop communities. We definitely want to get them moving and get them what they need to, get, pieces so they can get their hustle on, they can do shows, and just get motivated in general, because a lot of people, it's hard for them to sit down and paint. It's like it's no motivation because they feel like they don't have the supplies, or they don't have enough, or they don't know how to, they don't just, they feel like I'm gonna waste this by trying this. So we extended so that, if you need to fuck up a canvas, we got a couple extras for you to come and, okay, I fucked that one up, let me get another one. Because, again, these are all comforts that, our white counterpart, that's what, they experience. Like, their parents give them whatever the fuck they need to be expressive and creative. Yeah, so, we're not nobody's parents, but, we try our best to share the resources as we get them, as we connect to more people and more people see what we're doing. It's like the more people see what we're doing, the more they help us in what we're doing.
Exactly.
So, it's like it's an infinite just collaboration and just cohesion and co-working and all that.
That's dope.
But it goes back to that thing called purpose.
Yeah.
When you are fulfilling your purpose, it has no choice but to multiply.
That's true.
Because then there goes me hosting my own events.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? Like, I didn't start hosting my own events until I actually build up the confidence from hosting your events. And then it upped my quality too. You know what I'm talking about? Because when you first start out some shit, you be talking about, I'ma just go on and freelance. Now I be looking at motherfuckers like, nigga, I was a part with one damn round and became a host paid. What do you want me to do again? So how much you charging? I mean, how much you paying rather? How we doing this? You know what I mean? So you guys are definitely an influence, and I learned a lot from you guys very silently. I often tell you on the phone, but very silently. My very second erotic poetry and art event, we're now headed to the fourth one. But the second one, from the door money, I was able to start stipending my visual artists, stipending the comedians. Now I can begin stipending the poets. You know what I mean? I want to provide the same energy that caused me to feel what it is that I feel. I want to be able to provide that same motivation. You know what I mean? So shout out to you guys. You guys are definitely dope. Shout out to all of the sponsorship that you guys are doing. And if there's anything that we can do at Shop 97, because as you see, we have expanded. So if there's anything that we can do to sponsorship you guys or receive your sponsorship, just let us know. And we're down. But we're more on the to help sponsorship you guys. Because you guys are already doing what it is that you do. You know what I mean? So shout out to you. Thank you so much for exuberating Black excellence. Because that's just simply what this is about.
Oh, appreciate it.
You know what I mean?
Appreciate it. I'm, as you know, as Naquil said, we're humbled, we're honored to be here. We started out with like 3, 4, 5 people. 3, 4, 5.
Now you have a whole Instagram slew of us.
So it's that, and just people are actually coming to the event. So it's been a ride.
Did you talk about the pop-up shop?
Oh, I didn't. That's in April. Cause we got the open mic, we got the reception, the pop-up shop. Yes, arts and treats in April. If y'all know any like canna vendors or weed vendors, we're definitely looking for that. Artists. It's lit. Like we want to activate 2 spaces in the building that we're at.
Where's it gonna be?
That's in Bushwick. So at the Box Factory. You can Google the Box Factory right there in like Bushwick, Ridgewood. It's like that part of Brooklyn, right on the Queen. It's like split.
Across the street and you're in
Queens.
Yeah,
you cross back over, you're in Brooklyn.
Yep.
So that area, we want to activate 2 spaces in that building and just make it like a full-on pop-up situation. And then by night, we're gonna do like performances, musicians, and like turn it into a party. But it's something that I already talked to like the landlords, everything about it being something that can be canna friendly, THC friendly. So that's what we, every now and again, we're focused in the arts, but every now and again, some things we can kind of, infuse it a little bit.
Exactly.
And now that weed is position it as like advocacy and community and fellowship. So if y'all are interested or know anybody that's interested, we're gonna do that in April. With the lights, it's gonna be free to the public. Those tickets are already selling out, so.
Well, what's this? You're the visual artist of APAC. We, first of all, we have a platform. Shop 97 is an actual platform that is up and running. Okay, so I definitely will provide you with the link. You can submit some of your art. That's another way of selling your art. You can put it up on our platform. We have a whole portion on the platform just for visual art. Where it just slides through. They can just press it, just like walking around in the art gallery. It just flows right on past. You know what I'm talking about? Like what you call that flippergram. It just almost like a flippergram. That motherfucker just sliding on through. Throwback art. 140 something, 100 and something. All I want is 50 cents. Damn. No, but all jokes aside, I'm gonna provide you with the link so that you can, maybe fill out the form, submit some art. That's another way of you selling your art. But he also has some dope ass art at this address that they're having their next event at. Please provide the address and we'll move on from
The Box Factory is at 1519 Decatur Street. And I just tell people the zip code 11385 because looking at it on Google Maps, it's in Bushwick, but when it comes up on Google Maps, it's saying Queens or Ridgewood. So the Box Factory, 1519 Decatur Street. We let y'all know, like, if anybody interested in coming to the event, DM us. We'll get you the unit number. We just don't want to publicize that because we don't want figures rolling.
Exactly.
Exclusive, yeah. Exclusive. It's not a Toyota, it's a Rolls Royce. So, they gotta come in front of me and then I can let them in.
Right.
I gotta give you the abracadabra, but it's in the Box Factory and we have a unit in there. And whoever want to come fuck with us, DM us, and we can get them the unit number and buzz them in and all that.
Period. Give it up for African Peach Art Collection in this motherfucker.
Thank y'all.
You know what I'm saying? All right, thank you so very much.
Again, I just want to commend y'all for deciding to help people. So many people that do, especially when it comes to art, entertainment, and different things of that nature. Most people focus on their craft and themselves. So to see that y'all are providing people not just with a platform to make some money, but to be able to hone in on their craft, I think is amazing.
Well, it just comes from, like, for me, it was lack of, like, I'm from Atlanta, and so we didn't have, y'all niggas got hella art funding. Y'all just got just a lot of resources that our community just don't know about because they're uneducated on it. Nobody shares it. And so it's like people don't know that this is available to you. So for me, it's just, it was a lot of shit that wasn't available to me. I'm 33 years old, so I'm an 80s baby, so it's like a lot of shit just wasn't there. And I'm like, I wish this was here because I would have been a better poet. I would have been a lot of shit had it been an APAC or somebody there to say, okay, here's a platform for you to emerge, for you to discover, for you to develop, you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it just comes from, us like seeing things not happening in our community and then just getting old enough to say, okay, I'm not gonna just complain, I'm gonna actually say, let me try to contribute to
Be the change that you want
helping
to
the
see.
community.
That's what I'm saying. It's like
Yeah.
you're an embodiment of what we celebrate in Black History Month, where someone has adversity and doesn't complain about it. That's
Right.
something about it.
There's something about it, and then share it, so the next
Yes,
person
and
don't
that's
have to
what
go
I'm
through
saying.
adversity
You see,
like you went through.
and that's the most
That's how I look at it,
part.
you know.
I love that.
People made it easier for our generation. Now our generation need to make it easier for the next generation. That's just kind of how it goes. Like, I don't know, like, they just, it's like the pass the baton type situation. So, yeah, it's our duty. It's like a call to duty. Like,
Yeah.
because when you look
There
at
you go.
the Black community, it's like, are we perfect? Hell no. Do we need work? Yeah, we do. Have we gotten better? Yes, we have. Can we build from where we built up from? Yes, we can. So it's like, just getting on that grind. But we appreciate y'all, man.
No, I appreciate you.
You just want to think about, that's why I have erotic poetry and art. That's why I created that platform.
Yeah.
Because not for nothing, we be needing the safe space.
Yeah.
I've always had this battle between my spirituality and my sexuality. Well, how about this? Why don't y'all spiritual motherfuckers mind your business? And why don't y'all sexual motherfuckers mind your business? Unless it's all into
I mean,
unless y'all
balance.
balance. You know what I'm saying? Leave me the fuck alone and let us say what the fuck we want to say because we need a safe
That
space
shit
for
work hand
it.
in hand. People don't think so, but like
It really
spirituality
does work
sexuality
hand in hand.
hand in hand. Like,
It really does, but we're gonna leave that for for March.
yeah,
Women's Month. You know what I'm talking about? So give it up for African Peace Auction. Oh yeah. That's how we do. Give us some love. We're gonna spend another independent artist record. Then we're gonna close out this topic about monogamy, polygamy, and polygyny. Because I got some shit to say to y'all. You know what I mean? I got a public announcement in this motherfucker. You know what I'm talking about? So give it up for African Peace Arts Coalition again. And shout out to independent artists, Team Spring, all the way in Jamaica, Like We Live.
Alright then. Spring out there now. Very live. Everybody say that, man.
Yeah.
Honoree Jamaica. Shout out to them. Listen. I will check this out. When you go, take me with you, okay? I have no children. I only have a dog. So just make sure you take me with you. I got a fat ass. It claps.
That's a child right there.
Nigga said, but he's all right. All right, check it out. I got a dog sitter. I got a fat ass. It claps.
Oh, wow.
That's it.
Hold up.
That's all you
Are you
need.
willing to deal with some Jamaican ladies when we get out there?
As long as they eating some pussy,
Sounds like a plan,
then we all right. We gonna be all right. With a pineapple bowl and some rum, we gonna be the fuck all right.
That sounds like a great
Good
dinner.
old chocolate Jamaican.
That sounds like
We
a
gonna
great
be
dinner.
the fuck fine.
Pineapple's a pineapple.
All right now, right? Cause see, here's the hit. I leave with the dick while she stay in Jamaica. I don't mind sharing all the time. Bitch, you gonna have some of this shit today, bitch?
You know, she
Yeah,
might have a passport.
you should.
She might not have been from Jamaica. She might have just been in Jamaica.
Nah,
Everybody on vacation. That's a fact.
Now y'all know I'ma choose me a mango pineapple tree picking ass bitch from Jamaica. I'm not fuck you talking about. I'ma choose a bitch that me and him gotta figure out together what this bitch is saying. She's so fucking Jamaica. We don't know nothing this bitch talking about it.
Wait, so if you go to Jamaica and you get a Jamaican woman to have this supposed menage with, you have to do the picking.
Well, I don't have to do the picking as long as that bitch speak patois. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, so she can't
He
speak
gotta
no
get the
English.
hit. Listen.
All she says is
All she know is fucks up and eat pussy. That's all that bitch needs to know. Fucks up and eat pussy. And I think they speak that in every
I think
language.
most of the fellas on the line would say, fuck it, they'll rock with it.
I think y'all gonna rock with it. I'm gonna make sure.
English to
Listen, I'm gonna make sure that bitch look exactly like what the fuck you look. I got a little bit of stomach. I'm gonna make sure her shit is tight. I'm not even gonna be no hater with the shit.
Yo, so make sure
Look, me and you both gonna be looking at this bitch like this. So who gonna get it from?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta make sure she's bad. Like, don't be going out there picking
No, I ain't gonna be no hater with it. I'm gonna make it right because that bitch stay in Jamaica. I can go home with the bed. Yes, sir. Then 6 months later, yo, man, when we gonna see that bitch in Jamaica? Yo, man, your passport up to POLGAMY. So I'm gonna see this bitch in Jamaica.
You got the number.
The contract was every 6 months to see this bitch.
You pay her phone bill, so bad.
Right. You know, I thought, see, this is fucked up because Tuesday night Hot Topics tonight is supposed to be about monogamy, polyamory, and polygyny, right? But we started off sounding polyamorous than a motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if a bitch is as monogamous as she thought she was up in this motherfucker.
Sound like it.
I don't know, son. You live and you learn out this bitch.
Sound like she about to do something strange with no change.
No motherfucking change. You understand what I'm saying?
Fashion, baby.
But listen, okay?
So more
Because see,
polygamists walked in the building.
oh boy, it's all good though because see, I think I done tagged the fuck in, so we gonna have to have a conversation real quick
Tag?
and close this shit out.
Are you double dutching or you just jumping right in?
I'm double dutching.
Double dutching.
I'm double dutching, right?
You take me
Because see, the thing is, the thing that I want to myself can't blame me. I mean, Demi, what the fuck? Like, I understand you probably didn't a bitch up in here, but I mean, ladies, the dick that I want to my motherfucking self, I don't understand how the fuck he gonna blame me. only asked for like 5 years, and then I dumped it down to like in like 3 years. Then I dumped it down to about a year. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, Demi, what the fuck?
Nah, that's.
We can build a foundation. Get that mic. He said some shit we agree with. Get that mic. Pull that shit
That's
closer.
appropriate.
Talk about it, Demi, goddammit. That's right. Set that shit straight.
I mean,
Come with it. Come on,
the
bro.
same rules apply that you would apply to a monogamous relationship. You ain't gonna jump into marriage with somebody you don't even know, and that's how problems ensue. And then that's how you get yourself in issues. And money get tied up in relationships, and then it don't work out, and you're kicking yourself in the ass. So it's just to conscious relationships, conscious breathing, conscious thinking, and just being aware and getting to know people is what's important. You know what I'm saying? Once you get to know somebody, you could gauge whether she might want to do it, but she might don't have the ability to do it.
Right.
Or she might not be able to do it in this lifetime.
Right.
She probably did it in many other lifetimes.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So you definitely have to, in monogamy, you have to get to know people.
Thank you.
Polygamy, you have to get to know people.
Fucking thank you. Hold on. And that's all the fuck I was saying.
No, it ain't.
She want to wait
Has she not said 1,000 times, I wanted to myself for a certain amount of time?
That's
And she ain't doing it because she knows about it. She just wants to cuff in there.
But then fuck that shit. No, I need help.
You come to the nigga and say, and then she like, no, that's what I meant.
Yeah. As long as I get what I'm looking for, I roll with it.
Debbie, fuck that shit. I need some help tonight, dog. You got me? I need some help. You feel me? I need some government help up in this bitch. And the phone. Because fuck that shit. I know I kind of might have dragged it because I'm not going to hold you. That's like him telling me that I got to wait for some shit I want for 5 years.
Okay, can I say something real quick?
Hold on before you fuck my shit up. Hold on. Because he be saying some shit and shooting me down. And look, Demi, my shit be down for like 2 days and shit. I'll be having to reboot. You know what I'm talking about? But hold on. All I'm saying is Demi said. Okay, give me a minute. Just walk with me, y'all. Just walk with me. Don't act like I ain't never took a walk through the fucking park. Walk with me. Because the thing is, I dragged it, I ain't gonna lie. Logically speaking, not even being like just coming straight out of emotion and just what I want. Logically speaking, if I'm fucking with somebody and they know some shit and I want some shit, and yo, my man, unless that shit take 5 years to make the money or some shit, bro, why are we waiting 5 years? No, like, let me just be on some real serious ass, human ass shit up in here. No, for real. Like, the 5 years for what, motherfucker? Like, I'm not gonna lie, Demi. I was wholehearted when I said that shit. But after realistically thinking about it, I said, bitch, you won't even wait 5 minutes for a motherfucker to unlock the door. And you talking about some 5 fucking years for this man. All right, so all I was really, what I mean for real, the whole belly of what I'm saying is you're not about to just ask me to share some shit that I like for myself, first of all, after 2 months. No, fuck you and that shit. In that case, I will let that ass. No, for real, all jokes are fucking side. Like, nigga, we can split if that's the case. The fuck? Like, I ain't the motherfucker, you can wait. Fuck wrong with you. That's all I was saying. Build the fucking foundation, because at the end of the day, if I beat your next bitch up, because I wasn't ready, then you done fucked up, because all I was asking for is for you to build a little foundation, let this shit get solid enough, that bitch, when she come in, she know I'm the bitch, but she's joining in as a bitch, you know what I'm saying? Not bitch, but excuse me as I use bitch. I'm queen. She joining in as sister queen, but you sister queen number 2, bitch, okay? I don't know.
Let's see.
Give me a second now. She might can do some shit better than me, so we gonna give her props for that. Because not for nothing, she might just pick up where I left her. She might do some shit better than me about 1 thing and a half, or maybe 2. I'm no hate. No, I was here first. My nigga, no. Build this foundation. Make this shit right. City black up in this motherfucker. Somebody open the door, son. Somebody. You know what I'm saying? Make it, let me get, secure and solid with you. And then let's go get this other bitch from wherever the fuck she from.
Can I ask you a
And
question?
build a whole other. I'm just saying. I'm not wrong. Demi just agreed.
Hold on.
I'm not wrong.
I gotta approach what you said
Oh my
because
God.
you're tricking people. I'm
How
listening to you.
wait, don't do that.
Hold on.
No, wait.
Hold on.
Slow down. How am I tricking people?
Let me say what I'm saying.
There's nothing wrong with waiting and building a foundation with the person.
The reason why I'm saying you're tricking
when
people,
I'm the first one.
why I'm saying you're
Come here, because you pop.
is because you continue to say that you want to build the foundation, but then in the same breath you say I want her to know that I'm number one.
All right, let me
Which means that's not a foundation. You expect another woman to come in and play second fiddle.
Okay,
and be cool with that. That's what you're saying.
Hold on, wait. Okay, all right. I still have to work on being territorial. Somebody is that was you. I still have to work on being territorial, right? But you gonna give me my motherfucking props. The fact that you know, give me hold up. Now, I done let the bitch come in the house now, nigga. Damn. Fuck. This bitch can't spend it like Monday. It's the first to know. She gotta go home, my nigga. Like, the fuck? Dang!
That's just a threesome.
Bro, you know what I'm trying to do.
That's a threesome. That's not polygamy.
All right, check this out. My polygamy gonna start with quite a few threesomes first. We just gonna put this shit the fuck out there.
That's
my polygamy, right? It's just gonna start with a few motherfucking threesomes. You know what I'm talking about? And then we gonna
on dates, get to know her.
well, yeah, all that shit, all that hot shit. Well, what the fuck does that have to do with bitch? I was here first. I'm not going now. All right, we're gonna take it out of. Hold up. We're gonna take it out of making her feel second. All jokes aside, because I'm really not a hater. I'm just a bit territorial. That's all. I'm just a bit sensitive. So we're gonna take it out of her for the second, for real, because I'm not willing to feel second for nothing. And I don't even treat women like that in general. Like, you know, you're second to me, I'm second. I don't do that really. So I'm just, it's the territorial part. Like, I fucking gotta work on that part. At least that bitch got in the bed and got sent home. Like, y'all ain't gonna give me no props that the bitch was there for a few hours? Like, damn.
She might have just feel special to be there with you. Is that okay?
That's a fact.
You didn't think about that part, right? You keep equating it to the man, but I mean, you got your pussy in.
They ain't say that part. You know what I'm talking about? They ain't say that
she was better than the nigga. So, I mean, what happened?
What you think about this whole poly?
I feel like I just got sent to the trap, bro.
Come on. Because he's down with y'all.
I
must have fell off because Demi stopped helping me. So
I think his polygamy makes him draw better.
Talk about it, Demi. Talk about it, Demi.
I'm gonna chime in on
Please.
on some real. Y'all want.
Can you balance out all this shit, me and us? Don't fuck me up either. Fuck both of us up. Because you know I got a goddamn point.
Y'all saying polygamy.
Because okay, she got
She been saying polygamy the entire time. Y'all talking about marriage or
well,
talking
City
about
blocking this motherfucker up. City clock up in his face about 3
I'm
girls.
hearing polygamy the entire
Hold
time.
up. You got about 3, so let's talk about some. I'm sorry, you got 1.
It's like it's too late.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right, what's the question? What y'all trying to figure out? What's
Like this whole, what's the wrong with giving me a little bit of time? First of all, you already know what time it is, right? You know what that lingo is, you know what time it is. So giving me a little bit of time, it's not like you wasting time. It's not like I'm tricking you into some monogamous shit. I mean, what the fuck? Like, we can have some threesomes and have some fun while you give me that time. But what the fuck?
I think that you keep equating it to like sexual.
I'm not saying just that, nigga. You asking me to share everything. I gotta share attention, so that means I gotta let you drive this bitch to nigga. You gotta drive this bitch. You know what I'm talking about?
You on a radio show right now. You can tell me why you at your radio show. It's not like
I'm supposed to be at my radio show. What are you talking about? You know what Yo, I need some help.
Wait a minute.
Come on, look. Y'all gonna give me my motherfucking props now. I came in here without monogamous and polygynous. Y'all gonna leave me the fuck alone now. Look, I took my step 1 barefoot now. Y'all leave me the fuck alone. I just walked in.
I want to say first and foremost, don't indulge in
Don't shoot me,
polygamy
just punch
or polygamy if you're not educating yourself. you gotta first educate yourself on it, because like the brother said, first and foremost, polygamy and polygamy is two different things.
Sure is.
Polyamorous. That's
I'm
important.
I'm an aspiring polygamist. So
Right.
that means I'm not having sex before marriage. You know what I'm saying? I'm building relationships without sex. Sex does come in and marriage does come in.
Wait, can I ask
But-
something before you finish?
Mhm.
You mean polygyny? I knew polygyny was when it's the man and he has, different wives, and the wives are just with the man, or maybe probably with each other, but just the man. He's the only man. But I know that's polygyny is when, right?
Polygyny, the
Can you
wives,
explain it and make it clear?
polygyny, first of all, you have to be married. So polygyny is mostly marriage. It's a system. It's a foundation. Polygamy.
So what's polyamory?
Polyamory is when free for all.
Not necessarily.
Okay, see, and this is what I'm saying. So, okay, say you got married
Polygamy,
and it's
polyamory is free for all. Polygamy is free for all. Polyandry is one woman, multiple men. All right. Polygamy, and that's now, before I pull out my book and all that, I want to say just one thing. I've been trying to get this out. First of all, any woman in her right mind should not pick a man to do polygamy with if he does not have the research to back up what he's talking about. Because first of all, he's going to have to explain what he's doing to you or to his wife or future wife, and that's the only way she's going to be able to do it.
That's right.
She has to understand and comprehend the fundamentals of it, which is the history, everything. He has to buy the books, sit down, read the books, master the books himself, so when he sit down with her and she punching holes through his shit, he's able to respond back and be able to give her full understanding. Number two is the best successful way to do anything is to find out the higher, to look at it from a higher perspective. So the wife and the wife and the husband need to look at the whole situation at a higher perspective, and they both need to hold each other accountable. You understand? So, like I said before in the first episode, the hunter-gatherer wasn't just the man who went out, chopped wood, got the skins from the bears, and did that type of thing and came back 2 weeks later. He also was, his duty was to go out and do mathematics, science, figure things out, you understand, get higher spiritual lessons, and then bring it back to the home and share with her so that she could then share with the children, because that's what we had. Father, mother, son, daughter, you know what I'm saying? That's in that order. He goes out, bring back, gives to her, she do what he has, and that's how it happens. So ultimately, what most women don't do in monogamy and polygamy, they don't ask a man, what's the last book you read? Ooh. And men don't ask women, what's the last book you read?
I got you.
Or if you even read
I
at all.
got you. I'm gonna follow this whole shit. Mr. BBS, what's the last book you read?
The last book I read,
I mean, he didn't say who that is.
I'm reading the book right now.
I just thought I followed.
It's the 10 Principles of Sales.
I think we might work that shit out.
So that's important. That's important. And like I said, education is important now. I'm not speaking for the poly community. The poly community today is some new age poly shit. I don't deal with that, you feel me? Because that's based mainly on sex. That's based mainly on threesomes. There's no most of it that I'm seeing, there's no system, like nobody's holding nobody accountable for nothing. People are ending up pregnant and people are not being accountable. It's the same type of shit we've been doing in our community. So like I said, with education and knowledge of self and understanding where these behaviors come from and why our ancestors, we don't honor our ancestors. Our ancestors have systems in place for certain holding each other accountable. Men are being held accountable, women are being held accountable. In our relationships today, nobody's being held accountable. And the brother that was here, I dropped a jewel on him and I sent him the science of more wet. More wet is different from romance. What we practice is romance. I just told my man, every time he's with me, he's hollering at every broad. Don't holler at every broad when you're with me, because that's not, I carry myself as a God king. I don't need to holler at every broad. When I, you know what I'm saying, when I do my thing, it's natural, it's divinely guided. You understand, when I meet somebody? So I'm not just running up asking for AIDS. I'm not getting 20 numbers from 20 chicks. I'm asking for AIDS. You understand? Now your numbers is up. So this is the mentality that we have, though. This is a part of romance. Right. When we spoke about romance, I wrote down the word. I remember that. Romance comes from Rome. That's not a part of our culture, but we have adopted the slave man culture.
Let me ask you something, though. Okay, wait, damn, you fucked me up. I thought I had a question. Because while I thought the question, but then when you said slave man, you know what I mean? You kind of messed me up. Because I was getting ready to say, what's wrong with, because, okay, yes, this is our native culture, right? Have we not been stolen and moved and all that other stuff? This is what a lot of us, I might have been somebody's third wife, first wife, fourth wife, fifth wife, who knows?
You think twice about it.
Boom!
That's
right.
What we, that's
but
what
the
we
thing is, well, I was getting ready to say what was wrong with adopting some of the things. Just suppose another culture would adopt ours. Would you think anything was wrong with that?
I mean, what was adopting forcibly.
Oh no, that's a problem. That's a problem.
Okay, so we talking about years of pushing Christianity, Catholicism, Roman Catholics. You know what I'm saying? But
that too.
And that's another thing. But this is why I wanted to break down more wet. More wet is a comedic science of how we deal with relationships. Before romance was introduced to us, we practice more wet. And the word is M-O-O-R, which is more, which is what we are Moors. Wet. W-E-T. It's a comedic word. It basically means that a man had to work, plow the fields, and get his bread up before he could even attempt to holler at somebody. You understand? This is holding men accountable, because when you sleep with a woman, there's a possibility that you may make a child. And if you make a child, ultimately as mammals, if you notice, every other species on the earth, whether it's Asian women, if you just see how other species, from the humans down to the insects, the women and the men have a cohesive thing that is all about the genetics, about the carrying on the next generation. But if you notice in our community, that's not priority. That's not priority in our community. And if it is, it's only priority in the system of the matrix, and we only doing one generation. Once you go to college, I'm good. I can retire. But my mother, before she passed, my mother just passed 2 weeks ago, she was talking, you know what I'm saying, rise in peace. Me and her was out, and she was talking to an Asian woman who owned a couple nail salons and a couple shops. And my mom was like, you doing your thing. You gotta show me how to, you know what I'm saying, do. And she said, you know what, in our culture, we work for babies that's not even born yet. So they're not even working. For the kids they got, they taken care of already. They continue on working till death. There's no retirement. And they are working for 5 generations. Their money is trickling down to 3rd and 4th and 5th generations. So they're not doing, their customs are not built around romance. You understand? The women aren't daydreaming about romance. The women are actually understanding that, yo, They know who their great-grandfathers are. They know who their great-grandmothers are. They know their traditions. They practice their traditions. They don't really adopt our traditions. If you notice, everybody keeps their culture, but so-called black Negroes, African Americans, and coloreds, we want to adopt everybody else's culture but our own, which our ancestors, that's not honoring our ancestors. Other people honor their ancestors. That's why Asians got what they got, Arabs got what they got, but what we got, we are manufactured. Everything is manufactured. Even the relationship is manufactured. So when you talk about romance, you gotta, I remember I told you, romance comes from Rome, and it was never meant for a heterosexual relationship. You know what I'm saying? That's what you call magic. Rome has always done orgies and practiced sexual rituals.
Even back in biblical
exactly.
Bible, yeah.
So romance was basically a male homosexual ritual. It wasn't for females. So now they have our women on a romance thing, and what our men do was a part of romance. I can show you the video that's on my YouTube. I posted for Valentine's Day. But it breaks down that romance is when a man walks up on a woman, sweet talk her, gets her in the bed,
pretty much,
and then whatever happens after that happens after that. You understand?
much, yeah.
That's romance. But in Morwet, in our original Kemetic culture, the culture that built the pyramids, that's in Arizona and in Egypt, high mathematics and science, you're talking about a people who have a culture that not only expanded there, but if you notice, 85% of the world practice some type of poly. That's where it takes a village to raise a child comes from. You're talking about African proverbs written by African culture who predominantly practice polygamy, because it takes a village to raise a child means that the women aren't fighting each other. They're not baby mothers. They're not going at each other. They are sticking together as queens. That's what Wonder Woman, like I chimed in with my man, he was talking about Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman comes from the Amazonians. The Amazonians, actually, the strongest force on the earth is sisterhood.
That's a fact.
Brotherhood, of course. Any type of unity is powerful. But when you're dealing with, like I said, chess is mathematics, also made in Kemet. Mathematics, every square is a number, every piece is a move, it's mathematics, the science of life. The queen is the most powerful piece on the board. So if you got 5 queens, how you moving?
You know what? And you know what's crazy though? Because I really come from a very, I don't know why we were taught to be jealous and, you know, I think that, you know, it's crazy. I could say a lot about that, but I do want to say this, right, to get to the point. Ladies, right? I want to say this, ladies, not for nothing, because a lot of times we be funny. Check this out. Let me, because monogamy ain't work out at home. Check this out. Let me tell you something. I got mad at somebody, like, because they couldn't give me the shirt, but I'm going to tell you something. In monogamous relationships, right, most of the time, you get this short ass shit. No, for real. Like, if you just, this is some real short shit. This is what it is. This is what the fuck it's gonna be. I would never cheat on you ever. I would, you know what I'm talking about? Like, some real short ass shit. And so when that shit is over, you be fucked up. So check it out. There's shit on my motherfucker.
People always want the illusion to something. It makes
Niggas say sometimes you gotta be not, but on a serious note, it is very enlightening to me because you really can't help what makes sense to yourself. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I am still down with monogamy, but I can honestly say that I'm not like against and judging polyamorous relationships or polygynous relationships. I am still in the process of learning a lot more about it because I don't know, I'm always analyzing some shit, so shit gotta make sense to me.
I don't even see monogamy. Like I said, the whole concept of labeling. First of all, we gotta know and understand that English language is a bastard language. So when we talking about monogamy and polygamy, we talking about concepts that's fairly new. Like, I don't even see if a person's with one person and a person's with one person. But if you really want to, every species that's monogamous meets one person and stays with that person for life.
That's a fact.
So, but we're not practicing monogamy. We're practicing serial monogamy. We're going from person to person.
That's a fact.
And then saying I'm only with this one person. But real monogamy in nature, two birds, two insects that's monogamous, they meet one and have sex that one time and have sex with that for crazy.
I would say
What we doing is in monogamy. Women are basically jumping from penis to penis to penis, and what happens is the vagina is not the same as the penis. The vagina actually sucks up all the pain, everything that man is, everything that he was when he created that child. That's why they say, be careful of the mind state you in when you in conceiving. Because if you're angry, that energy goes into that seed. You understand? So this is what I'm saying. So when we know and understand this, we know and understand that if a man is saying, yo, I just gotta get me a new piece of pussy. I gotta just, you know what I'm saying? He's just one of those dudes. I need a new piece of pussy. Okay, you need a new piece of pussy, but guess what? That energy, you giving that to your seeds, huh? You understand? So we gotta know and understand. We supermen and superwomen, man. They told me in the temple a long time ago, man, if you wanna don't celebrate Black History Month because you ain't black. There's no such thing as black. There's no black flag. There's the black embassy. That's why when they shoot black people in the street, nobody says nothing in the United Nations because there's no black government. Black where? It's all a trick. You understand? We Moors, but when you understand this, they say, yo, you want to know your history? Go to the comic book store.
Before we finish, I do want to,
Nah, for real though. Understand what I just said, boy.
Respond to that. But I do want to I want to present this piece of painting. There's no bad right? The artist happens to be here. I had no idea he was going to be in the building.
We present that too,
but, you know, he just loves, you can't have all the art.
That shit is fire.
He loves your art. And this is City Block Artist sitting right here. This is and the art right here in the building at Newtown Radio Station with Shark 97. You feel me? Once upon a time from the heart of Hollywood. We want to present this to you. I'm gonna tell you what. I might not agree with all of your analogy and different things, and I don't have to. I'm gonna tell you what I fucks with them. I respect. Understand? And that is who the fuck you are. And the fact that you even came here and laid all your shit down, despite who may agree, who may disagree, because a lot of the things you said to me were very enlightening. Despite, I'm not even focused on what I'm still learning and what I probably don't agree with, because I really don't have too much I disagree with. It's just some of it was enlightening, and then other parts I'm still learning. But I respect the fact that you stand on what it is that you believe. You understand what I'm saying? I respect that to the core. So we just want to present this dope-ass piece of painting to you from City Block. From him to us, to you. Thank you for popping out.
That's real right there, B.
Word. And I believe the visual artist has a response to what you were saying. Go ahead, my other colleague.
I do. I've been listening the entire time, and you know what? I respect a lot of knowledge that you put down for people. Now, my question mainly is, since I'm a polyamorous individual, and you said something that kind of, honestly, was kind of offensive to the current generation of polyamorous individuals. Take your time, I'll wait until you come back.
It's about to get good.
For everybody else that's listening in, so the brother that was speaking just now put on a lot of information, a lot of facts, and I thank you for that. Without that, a lot of people wouldn't know the difference. Now, you put polygyny, correct? Polygamy is a huge difference for anybody that doesn't marry and the focus on a woman as the core.
Right.
Now, polyamorous. Now, that's the thing that people fail to understand. It's not a reckless situation. It's not as open as people understand.
Right.
It's a lot more connection, a lot more communication, a lot more honesty with yourself before you get with whatever partner you decide to be with. This is for everybody, man, woman, however you identify yourself. It's not a free-for-all. It's not going for AIDS or whatever disease. Now, if you do that, that's your business. That makes you a reckless individual. It's not just for the man or not just for the woman. It's for everybody, right? Polyamory is based on connection and communication, which you have to have for yourself before you spread it to anybody else. And when I say spread, I mean speak. I mean share. I mean bond. I mean link. You want that synchronage that you have to be able to continue with. You can always have it on one-on-one, but if you plan to have a family, and it's called a family when it's more than 3 people. And I say this because I have more than one partner, but I have worked my ass off to maintain the current family that I have because I communicate. If I fuck up, I apologize right on the point. If I need to express something, if I feel like I'm being envious or I feel like I'm being jealous, probably for no official reason, that's just me, that's on me. I gotta come correct. If they ask me a question, it may take me a minute to process it, but I still go to them. And not every single relationship that's in the polyamorous relationship is actually, there's half the time there's no sex. There's, like you said, romance. There's intelligence. There's communication. Sometimes you have that friend that you feel loved on a different level. It doesn't have to be physical. It can be metaphysical. It can be spiritual. It can be intelligent. It can be creative. It can be on a lyrical or a verbal sense that nobody actually understands because a lot of people on the outside judge it because it looks loose. That shit is not loose, bro. That is the most difficult
I
thing
would like
ever.
to respond. I did not, you took it the wrong way.
Okay.
I was not talking about polyamory. I was talking about the poly wave. The poly wave don't have no label on it. People are just saying they poly,
Right.
they're just meeting people and having orgies.
Right.
That's what
That's
I'm
what
talking
And I
about.
understand that.
I'm not talking about polyamory because I support, in the first episode, I already spoke about transparency and being family. I don't care what you do. I don't care if it's monogamy, polygamy, or polyamory or polyandry. But in our community, we need to hold each other accountable.
Of
You
course,
understand
you're
what I'm
right.
saying?
You're right.
So, and when I said free for all, I was just talking about poly, period. Now, if you go and you hashtag poly,
It's a
poly,
lot.
exactly. So I'm not talking about polyandry. I'm not talking about polygamy. All of those to me are official because it's family and it's transparency. And if you tell everybody what it is and they agree to it, then that is what it is.
Right.
And when I said something about AIDS, I was talking about something totally different.
No, I got
was
that.
just making an example of how a man's behavior can bring on these diseases to him because he's chasing the next big piece of pussy. That don't have nothing to do with the poly crazy, period. That's just the behavior of a man, I was speaking.
Hold on, wait.
It sounds like we
Before
got
y'all finish, this is really good. Not for nothing, we have yes, we are Shock 97, but we're also a whole platform, right? So the God Hour podcast is on that platform. It's definitely a part of that platform. So we are going to shift part 3 of this convo to the God Hour podcast. You understand what I'm talking about? And City Block artists will definitely be a part of that conversation because this just went on a whole nother level. And the dialogue, I love it. But we got to get up out of here tonight. All right? So let them know about the God Hour podcast and when it's going to air. And we're going to be shifting this topic, the part 3, over there. Let them know.
Yeah, tune into the God Hour podcast every Tuesday, 8 a.m. You know what I'm saying? Check on YouTube, all social media platforms, official Demigod, DEMEGOD, 8 a.m. Every Tuesday morning. like a talk show, you heard?
Right.
Morning show, the morning show, oh, my fault, every other Tuesday, you heard? Every other Tuesday. So, we just dropped today, this morning. The new joint is up there. M. Paula interviewed the homie M. Paula. He's fire, battle artist from Mount Vernon. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Don Photos, another Brooklynite who's in the fashion industry, got mad models, he got his own magazine, Variety Girls magazine. We interviewed him too. And then I went in on some more science, you know what I'm saying, breaking down some more science. So tune in, it is what it is, man. I love to have guests, I love to have intellectual conversations. So, you know, that's why the whole inception of the Moors Rise God podcast came about.
You already. City Block, let them know who you are, let them know how they can purchase your art,
So, City Block artist from East Flatbush.
Fire. East
Brother, man,
Flatbush.
holding up. I appreciate it. Thank you. Like I said before, I love the information that you put on, so you definitely deserve that. Very precious home. Thank you very much for that. Y'all can find me on Instagram at one City Block Artist, because I'm the only one and only, because you know that's me. You can definitely find me on my website, www.citybblockartist.com. I do all types of work. If you need a tattoo, sketch, a painting, whatever it is, because you know I do it all. And I do custom skateboards in my free design. So if y'all need drinks, I got that too.
Woo!
I appreciate it.
And my dope ass co-host.
Yo, it's your boy Johnny Fastlane. You already know, you can find me at Johnny Fastlane on everything: Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. I do the hip hop news, all the magic stuff, all the cool stuff. Y'all can see me.
Hey, yo, ladies, guess what? He likes 5 of y'all bitches at one time. BBS.
You already know Jermaine Boss, aka the BBS or Brand Building Specialist. You can find me on all platforms, Jermaine Boss, that's with a G, G-R-M-A-I-N-E, Jermaine Boss, on all platforms. Here to teach y'all a little bit of knowledge and teach y'all how to brand yourselves and make yourselves a better person. Oh, and sidebar too, for all y'all people listening to the show today, whether you decide to be monogamous, polygamous, whatever you're choosing, if you listen to both brothers, what they said, you have to discipline yourself. So learn to discipline yourself first and educate yourself before you decide to move any
More
life.
And ladies, I just want you to know I agree. For real, educate yourself before you actually judge or make a decision, because you'd be surprised what yourself is interested in.
That's a fact.
Jimmy.
Generational wealth, man. It's Demigod, official Demigod, DEMEGOD. Make sure you check out the music. I got the joint I did for X. Rest in peace to X. Double R, Rough Rider Rescue. You know what I'm saying? We in the building, Bottles Up Entertainment. My Brooklyn connection, you already know what it is. That conscious drill, that conscious trap. Doing what dudes ain't doing. Conscious with it. That's it.
Period. Now give it up for Alvin Neal Balls again as he take us out with that song. Bam, bam.
Easy.
Bam, bam.
Beat it on the can. Beat it up, bitch. Beat it like bam bam. Bam bam. I'ma beat it like bam bam. Bam bam. I'ma beat it like bam bam. I was beating them cheeks when I hit it on the can. Beat it up, bitch. Beat it like bam bam. Yeah, this is my hand. Like this for Satan. Superstar, I'm fishing. I give a dick with the man. Outside with the chauffeur. I don't want to drive in the area. I don't want to hang with a social. She be extra spicy. I want to put it in the pan. Niggas go bam bam. She is aggressive.
No, not that.
Met her on the gram. Wanna beat it in the booth. Beat it on the can. Beat it up at sea. Beat it like Bam Bam. Bam Bam. Bam. I'ma beat it like Bam Bam. Bam Bam. I'ma beat it like Bam Bam. I'ma beat it in cheeks. Wanna hit it on the can. Beat it up and see. Beat it like Bam Bam. Hey, Louis and Lambert. All in the ball on the gym gram. Slowly fuck on the sin fan. I like bacon in the pan pan. She don't even know what the plan is. Take a little walk in the big man. Big man when I hit damage. I don't think I'm gonna do it. She pull it up on my head. I let her get her good digits. She love her all the bitches. She love her all young nigga. No get it. Take on my nigga. I'm so busy. I feel my nigga in the feel like a glitch. I don't know how people like it. Take back to the paper. Yeah. Anytime she walk in, niggas go damn damn. She is aggressive. Met her on the gram. Wanna beat it in the booth. Beat it on the can. Beat it up, beat it like Bam Bam. Bam Bam. Bam. I'ma beat it like Bam Bam. Bam Bam. Bam. I'ma beat it like Bam Bam. I was beating the shit. I like it. Beat it up, beat it like Bam Bam.
I actually like this.
$11 on
Yeah, I like the title. I like the
Amazon.
No, I like the title. Jermaine, come down over here.
I got mad artists that I know that from the hood.
Okay, stream and